For me, making this film was different than any project I've taken on before. As a storyteller, I have to be willing to tell my story if I expect others to open up to me.
Albert Johnson was killed by police in 1979.
They went into his house in 1979 and killed him. I happened to be mayor at the time. I spoke out and I said, this has got to change. We can't continue to have this kind of politics. We have to have big, serious change. Right? That's 42 years ago. We still haven't got it.
I was asked to do this review. The reason being, I think it came out of the Sami Yatim tragedy. And there's no doubt of that. That was the major reason. There was pressure on all sorts of people, particularly the police.
A young black woman fell to her death from her High Park apartment yesterday. The province's police watchdog is now investigating as the family demands answers about how a call for help ended with such a horrific ending.
When he was taken away from this community, from me knowing him as a person, it devastated the community. It devastated the community so much that it brought everyone to our understanding that this is the reality of where we live in Canada.
Cahoots has operated for 32 years. We've never had a serious injury on our team, not just in the year where we handled 24,000 calls. In the last 32 years, no one has ever been seriously harmed. And keep in mind, like those 24,000 calls were 18% of public safety calls that came through our dispatch system in Eugene in 2019, where there was no serious injury to a Cahoots worker. And that is because we show up unarmed.
Oh man, so growing up, we never wanted to get help for what we were experiencing, myself personally, others in my family, with respect to mental health, because we knew that the only option was to call 911 and then police officers show up, right? And police officers often don't really have the tools to be able to de-escalate and support people when they're in high distress, and they don't necessarily know what to do either. And it's not always because they're bad people, it's just that's not what they're trained for, and that's not what their jobs are supposed to be.
I also think about the future. I really imagine, my sister is 7 years old right now. I imagine that 10 years from now or 20 years from now, when she is my age, that there will be a different system that exists, and it'll just be like for her and for her generation, just very normal that when you call 911 and someone is in crisis, that it would be mental health workers who respond. Of course, you call 911 and a firefighter will come and put out the fire. And I really hope that, 20 years from now, or when my sister is my age, that there will be a similar service that exists for mental health workers, and to her it'll just be completely normal that if someone is in crisis and needs help, then of course mental health workers will come in the same way a firefighter would.